A Boeing 737 cruises at 35,000 feet with 147 passengers on board. Everything seems normal. Then both pilots collapse from food poisoning. Panic spreads. A flight attendant searches desperately for help. Then, a small voice from the back speaks up. An 11-year-old girl stands forward. She says 4 words that will change everything: I can fly it. But can she really? Before you watch full story, comment below from which country are you watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. My name is Carol Jensen. I have been a flight attendant for exactly 10 years, 2 months, and 14 days. I know the exact count because my daughter keeps asking me when I will stop flying and get a normal job. But I love this job. I love the routine. I love the fact that even when things go wrong, there is always a process, always a plan, until one day there isn't. That day was October 17th. I was working Flight 227 from Boston to Seattle. It was a Tuesday morning, and the weather was clear. The Boeing 737 was already at the gate when I arrived. I did my usual check before every flight. I looked at the emergency equipment. I checked all the seat belts. I made sure the overhead bins were ready. Everything was normal. Everything was routine. Captain James Wright was in the cockpit. He was 48 years old and had been flying for Alaska Airlines for 20 years. He had a good reputation. Everyone said he was calm and careful. "Good morning, Captain," I said. "Morning, Carol," he said without looking up from his papers. "How are we looking?" "Clear skies all the way to Seattle," he said. "It should be a smooth flight." His first officer was Joshua Newman. He was in his mid-30s and was newer to the airline, but he seemed competent. He gave me a quick smile. "Should be an easy day," he said. Famous last words. Boarding finished at 9:45 in the morning. We had 147 passengers on the plane. It was a pretty full flight for a Tuesday. I did my walk through the cabin, checking seat belts and reminding people to turn off their phones. The usual things. That is when I noticed her. She was sitting in seat 14C, the window seat. She was a young girl, maybe 10 or 11 years old, and she was traveling alone. She had a tag on her backpack that said, "Unaccompanied minor." This meant she was a child traveling without parents or guardians. I knelt down beside her seat. "Hi there," I said. "What is your name?" "Flora," she said. She had dark hair pulled back in a ponytail. She had serious brown eyes. Her face looked mature for her age. "Flora, I am Carol. I am going to be taking care of you today. Is this your first time flying alone?" "No," she said. "I fly alone a lot. I was visiting my grandparents in Boston. Now I am going home to Seattle. Well, if you need anything at all during the flight, you just press this button right here, and I will come check on you every hour. Does that sound good?" "Yes, ma'am." "Thank you," she said. She was polite. She was calm. She did not seem nervous like most children who fly alone. I made a note of her seat number and moved on. We pushed back from the gate at 9:58 in the morning. 2 minutes early. Captain Wright's voice came over the speakers. "Good morning, everyone. This is Captain Wright from the flight deck. We have been cleared for takeoff. The flight time today is approximately 5 hours and 15 minutes. The weather looks great all the way to Seattle. We will be cruising at 35,000 feet. Sit back, relax, and we will have you on the ground in Seattle by 1:15 Pacific time." The engines roared. We taxied to the runway. Then we were up. Boston disappeared below us. Blue sky was ahead. It was a beautiful morning. After the seatbelt sign turned off, I met Albert and Nina in the front galley. Albert had been flying for only 2 years, but he was reliable and calm. Nina had been flying for 6 years. She was tough and no nonsense. She was exactly the kind of person you want to have around in an emergency. "Let us start the beverage service," I said. "Albert, you take the middle cabin. I will handle first class and check on our unaccompanied minor." "The kid in 14C?" Nina asked. "Yeah, Flora. She is 11, visiting grandparents in Boston, flying home alone. I will keep an eye on her when I pass through," Nina said. Everything was routine. Everything was normal so far. About 90 minutes into the flight, I brought meals to the cockpit. This is standard procedure. The pilots need to eat during long flights. Usually they get different meals in case one is bad. But that day, we had run out of the chicken option. Both Captain Wright and First Officer Newman got the pasta meal. "Here you go, gentlemen," I said, handing over the trays. "Thanks, Carol," Captain Wright said. He looked tired. "Long morning. You okay?" I asked him. "Yeah, just did not sleep well last night." "I will be fine once we are on the ground," he said. I closed the cockpit door and went back to the cabin. 30 minutes later, the intercom buzzed. Captain Wright's voice came through, but something was wrong. It sounded strained. It sounded sick. "Carol, cockpit now," he said. My stomach dropped. Something was very wrong. I walked quickly to the front. I knocked on the cockpit door. It opened. Captain Wright was pale. He was sweating. His hand was on his stomach. "I do not feel well," he said. First Officer Newman looked even worse. His face was gray. "Neither do I, something is wrong," Newman said. "What are your symptoms?" I asked. "Nausea. Cramping. Dizziness," Captain Wright said. He gripped the armrest. "I think it was the food. Food poisoning. Both of us." My mind raced. Both pilots. At 35,000 feet. With 147 people on board. "I am getting the medical kit and a doctor if we have one on board," I said. I ran back to the cabin and grabbed the internal phone. This was the private line connecting all flight attendants. "Albert, Nina, code red. Both pilots are sick. I need a medical person and anyone with pilot experience right now," I said. There was static. Then Albert's voice came through, steady but tense. "Copy. Making announcement," he said. Through the cockpit door, I heard Albert on the speakers. "Ladies and gentlemen, if there is a medical professional on board, please press your call button immediately." Nina's voice came through the phone. "Carol, I am seeing 3 call buttons lit up back here. 2 people say they have medical training. Should I send them forward?" "Yes. Send them forward," I said. Nina brought the first person forward. She was a woman in her 50s with short gray hair and a confident posture. "I am Dr. Lauren Fitz." "What is the emergency?" she asked. "Both pilots are sick. Possible food poisoning. Can you help?" I asked. Her face went pale. "Both pilots?" she said. "Yes. Please, examine them." Dr. Fitz looked at both men in the cockpit. I stood in the doorway. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would break through my chest. Captain Wright was bent over. First Officer Newman had his head between his knees. "It is severe gastroenteritis," Dr. Fitz said quietly. "It is likely from bad food. They are very dehydrated. They are experiencing dizziness and nausea. In about 10 minutes, they are going to lose consciousness. Can you treat them?" I asked. "I can give them fluids and medicine to stop the nausea, but they need a hospital." "They definitely cannot fly this plane," she said. The world tilted. I felt like I was falling even though the plane was level. What do you mean they cannot fly the plane? I asked. I mean they are not able to do it. You need another pilot. Right now. I looked at Captain Wright. He was barely holding himself upright. Jim, can you still fly? I asked. He shook his head slowly. I can barely see straight. I am sorry, Carol. I cannot do it. First Officer Newman looked up. His eyes were not focused. I am worse than he is. I cannot. I really cannot, he said. Dr. Fitz looked at me. You need to find another pilot right now, she said. I walked back into the cabin on shaking legs. This was not real. This could not be real. I had been flying for 10 years. I had seen problems before. But this was different. This was serious. I picked up the intercom. My voice did not sound like mine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a medical emergency in the cockpit. If there is anyone on board with pilot training, commercial or private, please identify yourself immediately. Silence. 10 seconds passed. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. Still silence. Then a hand went up. Row 19, aisle seat. A man in his 40s wearing a business suit with a confident expression. I ran to him. You are a pilot? I asked. I have my private pilot's license. I fly Cessnas for fun and recreation, he said. Can you fly a commercial jet? I asked. I have never flown anything this big, but I can try, he said. It was not a yes, but it was something. I needed something. Come with me, I said. His name was Tom Richardson. I brought him to the cockpit. Captain Wright was now lying on the floor. Dr. Fitz had an 4 in his arm. First Officer Newman was conscious, but barely. Tom looked at the instrument panel. All the buttons and switches and displays. His confident expression disappeared. This is way more complex than a Cessna, he said. But you can fly it. I do not know. There are so many instruments. There are so many systems. I fly small planes in clear weather. This is. He gestured helplessly at all the equipment. I do not know what half of these things do, he said. Can you land it? I asked. He looked at me. There was real fear in his eyes. I do not think so. I am sorry. I do not think I can, he said. My heart sank. We were going to crash. 147 people, including me. We were all going to die. Then a small voice behind me. Excuse me. I turned around. It was Flora. The 11-year-old girl from seat 14C. She was standing in the cockpit doorway. Sweetie, you need to go back to your seat. This is an emergency, I said. I know. I heard. I can help, she said. Flora, this is not a game. We need a real pilot, I said. I can fly the plane, she said. I stared at her. What? I said. I can fly the plane. My dad is a pilot. Captain Rob Daniels. He flies for Alaska Airlines. He has been training me since I was 7 years old. I know how to fly. Tom Richardson laughed. It was not mean. It was just disbelief. Kid, this is a Boeing 737. You cannot, he said. I know it is a 737-800. I have flown this exact model in flight simulators with my dad. I know the instruments. I know the procedures. I know how to talk to air traffic control, she said. I looked at this 11-year-old girl. Small for her age. Serious brown eyes. Completely calm. She did not seem scared. Flora, I appreciate that you want to help, but... What is that? She asked, pointing at a gauge on the panel. Tom looked at it. I do not know. What is it? He asked. It is the engine pressure ratio gauge. EPR. It shows how much power the engines are making. That one is the vertical speed indicator. It shows if we are going up or down. That is the attitude indicator. It shows if we are level or if we are turning. She pointed at one instrument after another. She named them. She explained what they do. My mouth went dry. That is the autopilot. It is on right now. The altitude is set to 35,000 feet. The direction is 285. The air speed is 420 knots, she said. Tom Richardson stared at her. How do you know all of that? He asked. I told you. My dad taught me. Every weekend since I was 7 years old, we go to the flight simulator. He says it is important for me to know how to fly just in case. She looked at me. This is just in case, she said. I should have told her to sit down. I should have told her to let the adults handle it. But Tom Richardson could not fly this plane. Captain Wright was unconscious. First Officer Newman was fading fast. Flora was 11 years old, but she was also the only person on this plane who knew what these instruments did. Okay, I heard myself say. Okay, sit down. Flora climbed into the captain's seat. Her feet barely reached the pedals. She adjusted the seat forward. Then she looked at the instrument panel like she was reading a familiar book. First thing, we need to talk to air traffic control. We need to tell them what is happening, she said. She reached for the radio and pressed the button. Her voice was steady and calm. Seattle Center, this is Alaska Airlines Flight 227. We have an emergency. Both pilots are not able to fly. This is Flora Daniels. I am 11 years old. I am the only person on board with pilot training. I need immediate help. Static. Then a woman's voice came through. She sounded professional, but also shocked. Flight 227, Seattle Center. Say again. Did you say 11 years old? Yes, ma'am. I am 11. My father is Captain Rob Daniels. He flies for Alaska Airlines. He has been training me. I need help landing this plane, she said. There was a pause. Then, Flight 227, this is Seattle Center Controller Julia Gray. We are trying to reach your father. While we do that, I need you to tell me what you see. Can you do that? Yes, ma'am, Flora said. Start with your altitude and air speed, the controller said. Flora looked at the instruments. Altitude 35,000 feet. Air speed 420 knots. Direction 285. Autopilot is on, she said. Excellent. Do not touch anything yet. Just keep watching. We are working on a plan, the controller said. I stood behind Flora, watching this tiny girl sitting in a captain's seat, her hands resting lightly on the controls. Tom Richardson was next to me, equally unable to do anything. She is really going to try this, Tom said. She has to. We do not have another choice, I said. What if she cannot do it? He asked. Then we crash, I said. Behind us in the cabin, passengers were starting to notice something was wrong. I walked back and put on my calm face. A man in row 12 grabbed my arm. What is going on? Why was there an announcement about pilots? He asked. We have a medical problem. Everything is under control, I said. Is someone flying the plane? He asked. Yes. Someone is flying the plane, I said. This was technically true. More passengers were standing up now. Voices were getting louder. Panic was spreading like fire. A man named Garrett Cole stood up in row 8. I heard the announcement. Both pilots are sick. Who is flying the plane? he demanded. Sir, please sit down, I said. Who is flying the plane? He said again. Everyone was looking at me now. 147 faces. All terrified. I took a breath. We have someone with pilot training in the cockpit. They are talking to air traffic control. We are going to land safely. I need everyone to remain calm, I said. Who is it? Who is flying? He asked. I hesitated. If I told them the truth, we would have full panic. Mass hysteria. But they deserve to know. It is a passenger. She has extensive training. Her father is a commercial pilot. She knows what she is doing, I said. She? The little girl who left her seat, he said. Yes, I said. For 3 seconds, the cabin was completely silent. Then chaos. People screaming. People crying. People praying. Some tried to rush the cockpit. I blocked them. Everyone sit down right now or we will crash. Sit down now, I said. Albert appeared from the middle cabin. Sir, I need you to sit down, he said to one man. I am not sitting down. Both pilots are unconscious and some kid is flying, the man said. Nina pushed through from the back of the plane. She was tall. She was intimidating when she needed to be. Everyone sit down now, she said. Something in her voice cut through the chaos. People hesitated. I stepped forward. Listen to me. That 11-year-old girl in the cockpit has been trained by her father, a commercial pilot, since she was 7 years old. She knows these instruments better than anyone else on this plane. But she needs silence. She needs to concentrate. If you want to live, you will sit down and let her work, I said. Slowly, people sat down. Albert moved through the cabin, checking seat belts. Nina went back to the back, calming crying passengers. We were a team, and right now that team was all that stood between order and total chaos. I walked back to the cockpit. Flora was still there, hands on the controls, eyes on the instruments, focused. Julia Gray's voice came over the radio. Flight 227. We have made contact with Captain Daniels, your father. We are connecting him now. Stand by. Flora's hands tightened on the controls. Static. Then a man's voice. Deep. Warm. Scared. Flora, he said. Daddy, she whispered. Her eyes filled with tears. Baby, I am here. I am right here with you. You are okay. You are going to be okay, her father said. I am so scared, she said. I know. But remember what I always tell you. Fear is just information. That is right. It tells you what matters. And what matters right now? Getting everyone home safe, she said. Exactly. Can you do that? Her father asked. I do not know, she said. Yes, you do. You have done this 100 times in the simulator. This is the same thing. Same instruments. Same procedures. The only difference is it is real. But you can do real things. You are my daughter. You are the bravest person I know, he said. Okay, Flora said. She wiped her eyes and focused. Okay. Now, I need you to tell me what you see, her father said. Altitude 35,000 feet. Airspeed 420 knots. Autopilot is on. Fuel is 8,400 pounds. We have about 90 minutes of fuel left, she said. Perfect. Where are you right now? What state? Her father asked. Julia Gray cut in. Flight 227. You are currently over western Wyoming, about 500 miles from Seattle, she said. Okay, Flora. Here is what we are going to do. Seattle is about an hour away. We are going to bring you down slowly. Very slowly. You are not going to rush anything. Every step, I will be right here with you. Got it? Her father said. Got it, Flora said. First thing, I need you to start going down. We are going to come down to 10,000 feet. That is where we will set up to land. To go down, you need to disengage the autopilot. Do you remember how? He asked. Press the red button on the yoke, she said. Good. But do not press it yet. First, I need you to put your hands on the yoke. Both hands. Feel it? He asked. Yes, she said. When you disengage the autopilot, the plane is going to be in your control. It is going to feel heavy, but you are strong enough. I know you are. When you are ready, press the button, her father said. Flora took a deep breath. Okay. I am pressing it now, she said. She pressed the red button. The autopilot light went off. The plane was now being flown by an 11-year-old girl. Good, her father said. You are doing great. Now, gently, very gently, pull back on the yoke just a tiny bit. We are going to reduce air speed. Flora pulled back. The nose of the plane lifted slightly. Not too much. Just a little. She adjusted. The nose leveled. Perfect. Now look at your vertical speed indicator. See the needle? Her father asked. Yes, Flora said. I want you to push the yoke forward very gently until that needle shows 1,000. That means we are going down at 1,000 feet per minute, her father said. Flora pushed forward. The plane's nose dipped. My stomach lurched. Too much. Pull back gently, her father said, his voice sharp. Flora pulled back. The nose came up. She adjusted. Adjusted again. Finally, the vertical speed indicator showed 1,000. There. I got it, she said. You did. You are doing amazing, baby. Now, hold it steady. We are going to go down from 35,000 to 10,000. That is 25,000 feet. At 1,000 feet per minute. That is 25 minutes. I will be right here the whole time. Just keep that needle at -1,000. Can you do that? Her father asked. Yes, she said. I am so proud of you, her father said. 25 minutes felt like 25 hours. Flora sat perfectly still. Her eyes were locked on the instruments. She made tiny adjustments to keep the descent steady. Behind her, I watched, helpless. Tom Richardson was next to me, equally unable to do anything. Dr. Fitz was taking care of Captain Wright and First Officer Newman. Both were unconscious now. IVs in their arms. Stable but not able to help. Julia Gray's voice came over the radio. Flight 227, you are doing great. Current altitude 28,000 feet. You are on course. The passengers were silent now. Some were praying. Some were crying quietly. Most were just staring at their seats, waiting. Row 14, where Flora had been sitting. An older woman, maybe 60 years old, was crying. That is just a baby up there. A baby, she said. But Flora was not acting like a baby. She was acting like a pilot. Altitude 10,000 feet, Flora said. Perfect, her father replied. Now level off. Gently pull back on the yoke until the vertical speed indicator shows 0. Flora pulled back. The descent stopped. The plane leveled out. Good. Now we are going to prepare to land. Seattle is about 15 minutes away. I need you to reduce air speed. Pull back on the throttle. Do you see it? The two levers in the center, her father asked. Yes, Flora said. Pull them back slowly. Watch your air speed. I want you at 250 knots, her father said. Flora reached forward. Her hands were shaking now. She pulled the throttles back. The engines got quieter. The plane slowed. 240 knots, she said. Good. A little more, her father said. She adjusted. 250 knots. Perfect, she said. Now, I need you to do something very important. I need you to lower the landing gear. There is a lever on your right. Red handle. It says gear. Do you see it? Her father asked. Flora looked. Yes, she said. Pull it down. You will hear a loud noise. That is normal. Do not be scared, her father said. Okay, Flora said. She pulled the lever. A massive mechanical sound. The plane shuddered. I grabbed the seat to steady myself. 3 green lights appeared on the panel. 3 green lights, Flora said. Excellent. The landing gear is down and locked. You are doing everything right, Flora. Everything, Julia Gray's voice said on the radio. Flight 227. You are 15 minutes from Seattle Tacoma. We are clearing all runways. You will be landing on runway 16R. It is the longest runway we have. We are also getting emergency vehicles ready. Fire trucks, ambulances. Just as a precaution, the controller said. Flora, her father said, I am at the airport now. I am in the control tower. I can see you. You can see me. I can see your plane. You are beautiful. You are so beautiful, her father said. Flora's voice cracked. I do not know if I can do this, she said. Yes, you can. You know why? Her father asked. Why? She said. Because I am right here. I am not on the radio anymore. I am right here looking at you. I am not leaving. We are going to land this plane together. You and me. Like we have always done, her father said. Okay, Flora said. I love you, Flora, her father said. I love you, too, Daddy, she said. Altitude 3,000 feet, her father said. You are on the right path. Doing great. Now I need you to extend the flaps. There is a lever on your left. It has numbers from 0 to 40. Right now it is at 0. Move it to 15. Flora moved the lever. The plane's nose dipped slightly. Good. Now to 30, her father said. She moved it again. The plane slowed. The nose dipped more. Altitude 2,000 feet. Airspeed 180. Perfect, her father said. I could see the ground now. It was getting closer. Trees. Buildings. Roads. We were really doing this. We were really going to try to land. Flaps to 40, her father said. Full flaps. Flora moved the lever one more time. The plane slowed dramatically. We were practically floating now. Altitude 1,000 feet. Airspeed 150. You are right on target, Flora. Right on target. I can see the runway, her father said. I can see it too, Flora whispered. I know. You are almost there. Now listen carefully. In about 30 seconds, you are going to touch down. When you do, I need you to pull back on the throttle all the way. Then immediately press the brakes. The pedals at your feet. Press them hard. Can you reach them? Her father asked. Barely, Flora said. That is okay. Just press as hard as you can. Got it? He asked. Got it, she said. I grabbed the internal phone. Albert, Nina, prepare for emergency landing. Brace positions in 90 seconds, I said. Copy, Albert said. Roger, Nina said. I heard Albert on the speakers, his voice calm and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning our final approach. In 1 minute, I will instruct you to assume brace position. When I say brace, lean forward, head down, hands behind your neck. Stay in that position until the plane comes to a complete stop, he said. In the back cabin, Nina was doing the same thing. She was moving through the rows. Checking seat belts. Making sure everyone knew what to do. I stayed in the cockpit doorway, watching Flora. This tiny girl with the weight of 147 lives on her shoulders. Altitude 500 feet, she said. Albert, Nina, I said into the phone, 30 seconds. Get to your jump seats. Copy, they both said. Through the door, I heard Albert. Brace. Brace. Heads down, he said. I strapped myself into the jump seat behind Flora and prayed. 400 feet, Flora said. The runway was right there. A long strip of gray concrete. Emergency vehicles were lining both sides. Lights were flashing. I held my breath. 300 feet, Flora said. Flora's hands were white-knuckled on the yoke. 200 feet, she said. You are doing perfect. Just hold steady, her father said. 100 feet, she said. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, I whispered. 50 feet, Flora said. Get ready, Flora, her father said. The ground rushed up. 30 feet, she said. 20 feet, she said. 10 feet, she said. The wheels hit hard. The plane bounced. My heart stopped. Then the wheels hit again. Stayed down. We were on the ground rolling fast. Brakes, her father yelled. Push the brakes. Flora shoved her feet down on the pedals as hard as she could. The plane shuddered. It slowed. But we were still going fast. Too fast. The end of the runway was coming up. Brakes, Flora. Harder, her father said. I am trying, she said. We were slowing, but not fast enough. 2,000 feet of runway left. Then 1,000. Then 500. We were not going to stop in time. Then another set of hands reached down. Tom Richardson. He shoved his feet on top of Flora's, adding his weight to the brakes. The brakes grabbed harder. The plane shuddered violently. We slowed. 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 100 feet of runway left. Then 50. Then 25. We stopped. The plane sat still. Engines were idling. We were stopped on the runway. For 3 seconds, nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Then the cabin exploded with sound. Cheering. Crying. Applauding. Flora sat in the captain's seat, hands still on the yoke, staring straight ahead. Then she started shaking. The adrenaline was wearing off. The reality was setting in. I did it, she whispered. I put my hand on her shoulder. You saved us, I said. Albert's voice came through the phone. Carol, status. What is your status? He asked. We are down. We are safe. Everyone is okay, I said. Thank God. His voice cracked. Thank God. I have people hugging strangers back here. Some are crying. Some are laughing. Everyone is okay. Everyone is okay back here too, Nina said. That little girl saved all of us. I heard tears in her voice. Tough, no nonsense Nina. With tears streaming down her face. The cockpit door burst open. Emergency personnel. Paramedics. They took Captain Wright and First Officer Newman out on stretchers. Then a man in a pilot's uniform pushed through. He was in his 40s. Dark hair. Terrified eyes. "Flora," he said. "Daddy," she said. She jumped out of the seat and ran to him. He scooped her up and held her like she might disappear. Both of them were sobbing. "You did it," he kept saying. "I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I was so scared. I know. But you did not let the fear stop you. That is what heroes do," he said. Around them, passengers were filing off the plane. They were shaky. They were emotional. But they were alive. One by one, they stopped. They looked at Flora. This tiny 11-year-old girl in her father's arms. And they started clapping. Slow at first. Then louder. Then everyone. The passengers. The paramedics. The emergency crew. Everyone was applauding the youngest hero any of them had ever seen. Flora Daniels was honored by the FAA. The Federal Aviation Administration gave her an award for being the youngest person to safely land a commercial aircraft. They gave her a medal. They took her picture with the administrator. She was on every news channel. She was on every talk show. Everyone wanted to meet the 11-year-old who had landed a 737. But when reporters asked her if she was a hero, she always said the same thing. "I just did what my dad taught me. He is the real hero." Her father, Rob Daniels, was promoted to chief training pilot. Now he teaches other pilots. And he always tells them Flora's story. An 11-year-old kept 147 people alive, he tells them. Not because she was not afraid. But because she did not let fear make the decision. Remember that next time you are in the cockpit. Fear is information. But it is not the captain. As for me, I see Flora sometimes. She flies to Boston a few times a year to visit her grandparents. She is always an unaccompanied minor. She is always in seat 14C. Last time I saw her before takeoff, I sat next to her. "How are you doing, Flora?" I asked. "Good. I am taking advanced math now. I joined the robotics club," she said. "Still flying with your dad?" "Every weekend. We just got certified in the new 737 MAX simulator." "It is amazing," she said. "Are you going to be a pilot when you grow up?" I asked. She smiled. "Maybe. But not yet. I am only 11. I have time," she said. The captain's voice came over the intercom. Pre-flight announcements. Weather. Flight time. Then he said something unusual. "Ladies and gentlemen, before we take off, I want to introduce a special passenger. Seated in 14C is Miss Flora Daniels. 6 months ago, she safely landed a 737 when both pilots were incapacitated. She saved 147 lives, including mine. So, Flora, on behalf of everyone who was on Flight 227, thank you." The entire cabin burst into applause. Flora blushed. She waved shyly. When we were almost at Seattle, I went back to Flora's seat. "Flora, would you like to make the arrival announcement?" I asked. She looked at me. "Can I?" she asked. "I think they wow." "Love that," I said. A flight attendant brought her a microphone and a paper with information about the weather in Seattle. Flora cleared her throat. Then she spoke in that same calm, steady voice I remembered from that terrible day. "Good afternoon, everyone. This is Flora Daniels. On behalf of Captain Wright and the entire crew, we would like to welcome you to Seattle. The local time is 1:47 p.m. The temperature is 62 degrees with partly cloudy skies. We hope you enjoyed your flight today. For those of you visiting Seattle, welcome to the Emerald City. For those of you coming home. She paused. She smiled. Welcome home. We are so glad to have you here safely. Thank you for flying with us. The cabin erupted in applause. Flora handed back the microphone. She sat down. She buckled her seatbelt. Just an 11-year-old kid going home. But everyone on that plane knew the truth. Heroes come in all sizes. Sometimes they are only 11 years old.